Hi, I'm your host, Rabbi Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and welcome to this infomercial where I'm going to let you in on some free secrets on how to become a lonely man. Aren't you tired of people all around you all the time bugging and harassing you? Have you ever wondered what it would take to become a hermit and die a lonely man? Well, for free, I'm going to let you in on 10 easy steps, 10 vital secrets on how you can be a human repellent and end up being an old crotchety man and die in that condition. So, join with me and listen closely and write down these 10 easy steps on how to die a lonely man or how to become a human repellent. Number 1, believe you're right all the time and express it publicly and often. Give unsolicited advice all the time, especially to younger people. They absolutely hate that. Number 3, rant about anything and everything all the time, especially in public and at social gatherings. Allow such rants to be woven into elaborate yet ridiculous conspiracy theories. Number 4, express how everyone is out to get you and you're always being treated unfairly. Number 5, blame everyone else for your problems and ills. Number 6, ignore social protocol of civility and social acceptable behavior in public places. Number 7, be nosy. Make everyone else's business your own. Number 8, joke about others' ethnicity, religion, socioeconomic status, or handicaps. Number 9, be a know-it-all. Number 10, be unsanitary. For example, when you're eating out of a pie plate, offer somebody else a piece of pie as well. Or when you're in the restroom, just leave without washing your hands, and don't even bother or attempt to try to cover up your coughs or sneezes. These are 10 guaranteed steps, guaranteed ways when you do them all together to end up and die a lonely old man. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. A little different. Maybe a rambling, maybe a rant. But I'm a people watcher. And as my wife shops in stores, I usually sit on the bench and watch people. This is a grand tradition among the menfolk. And, my father has done it, and my father's father before him... Wait a second. I don't think they had malls back then. But anyway, perhaps he sat on a park bench or on a bench in the street and just watched people. But anyways, us guys are famous for people watching. I tell you, I just enjoy watching people's mannerisms and observing their idiosyncrasies. And being a rabbi for almost 3 years and being an avid people watcher for most of my life, there's some things you learn about human beings and about human behavior. And, I noticed that there's some people out there they're very social people. Very social. They try to be active. They love to talk to other people. But regardless of their efforts of trying to be social, they end up becoming a human repellent. And most of these people, unwittingly and unknowingly, and rack their brains to figure out why, they end up becoming lonely people and die in that condition. There's 10 things that I usually notice about people like this. They don't intend to be hermits. They don't intend to be social outcasts. But by their behavior, by what they say and by what they do, they end up being that way. For example, usually people like that, they're very outgoing, very social, but yet they believe they're right. They believe they're the jack of all trades and knows everything about anything, and they express their opinions and express it often. They become old and set in their ways, not open-minded to other people's opinions or idea, and become very opinionated themselves and express this to the point of offending and hurting other people. It's great to have your own opinions. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with being set in your ways. But being gracious enough to agree to disagree agreeably and to, learn when to let sleeping dogs lie. Number 2, give unsolicited advice. Yes, you're supposed to love and respect your elders and, humor them by listening to what they have to say. But such people who think they're right all the time, they have no amount of monetary success in their life, or they're not famous in any way, but yet they think they know anything and everything, and thus, they see what you're doing, may not approve of it, may not like it, and give unsolicited advice. There's a time to give advice, and if you're a socially conscious person, you'll know when that right time is, especially if you're connected to the Holy Spirit. You're going to know when the right time to give advice. But if you want to repel other people, just give it all the time, no matter what. Also, I notice people like this who are very opinionated. They may watch the news, or they may, be talking about a current event, a headline perhaps, and they'll just go off on a rant. And they'll just go on and on and on, and then you'll see people kind of yawning, looking at their watches, rolling their eyes, getting up and leaving, and then they just start, weaving it into fantastic things, and they think they have the solution to everything, like, hey, vote for me for president in 2012. And then these same people, because they self-fulfill prophecy in a way, they bring this stuff up on themselves. They think that they've been treated unfairly by other people because they see other people walking away, or not taking their advice, or maybe retorting in a snide or smart remark. It's a defensive mechanism other people have, but they kind of bring it on themselves, and therefore they blame everybody else for their problems or for their ills. And a lot of people like this, it's okay to be your own person, to be an individual, to be accepted for who you are. But you know what? Still, you got to have respect for other people. Like belching or flatulence purposely in public to other people, or just not saying please and thank you. Things like that. Being nosy, listening in on other conversations, make everybody else's business your own, thinking you know what it takes to solve their problem, and asserting your 2 cents without being asked. A lot of these things bleed into one another and kind of, talk about things that I just previously said. People like this who think they're right, think these things, they think that they have the right and the authority to joke about other people's ethnicity, race, socioeconomic status, religion, handicaps, whatever, and then expect the other people to take it, oh, I know you're just joking. No, there's just some things you don't joke about. It's just kind of taboo in public to joke about, especially other people. Especially it's like I don't slam, I don't slam your religion, or I don't slam your political views. I have my own. I'll express them, but we can agree to disagree. There's no sense in tit for tat, barbed wired battle. Also, be a know-it-all. Like I said, just express that. And then, of course, kind of be unsanitary, be uncouth, which kind of is sort of ignoring social protocols, stuff like that. I've noticed that people like this, a lot of times people like this are classified as either backwater, backwoods, or redneck, white trash, trailer park trash, something like that. That they were raised by wolves, didn't have any upbringing. But these are some things that I've noticed about certain people. Like I said, they love other people, they enjoy being around other people, they enjoy being social, and then they think it's such a big mystery why nobody likes them, and why they're being, avoided, like the plague. Well, these are some reasons why. And then there's other people who actually act this way because they really want to be nasty and snide, and want to be left alone, and want to be antisocial, or whatever. But if you don't want to be this way, kind of do a self-inventory and a check, especially if you're getting older, because when you're getting older, you tend to be more like that. Like I catch myself being rigid in my thinking, not being open-minded sometimes, being tempted to give my 2 cents when it's not asked for or welcomed. I find myself, almost falling into these very things that I'm talking about. So it's easy to do. Just maybe kind of check yourself, and if you don't want to end up dying a lonely man or be a human repellent, take these steps pretty seriously and kind of evaluate them and stay away from them like the plague. So hopefully you enjoyed this enlightening yet educational and entertaining segment of Ray Bash's Ramblings. We'll catch you next time. Shalom, Shavua Tov. Bye.